In this one, we're going to look a little bit at the character panel and the paragraph panel. So again, if you don't see them here, you can always go up to Window and you can find it if you don't see them. So character, and then my paragraph. And then the main thing to note for this one, for these, is this is the character in the panel are very similar to like a Word, like if you're typing something like an essay on Word. But there's a couple like different things. So for here, this is where you can select your typeface. And then here you can change the fonts. So let's go to like a popular one, Helvetica. And then you can change. So here, if you hover, it says font style. Here it says font family. Yeah, this is typeface, and this is a font. But yeah, you have your whole entire list of typefaces here. Remember to only pick the stuff from the good typeface list. A cool thing though for this is if you have the new Illustrator, you can change the filter out the classifications just by clicking here, and then you can hover. You can do without serif, with serifs. So that's like for other projects, or yeah, that's kind of a new feature. So let's stay with the Helvetica. We have our font styles, light, sorry guys, it's a little slow. Okay, so back to Helvetica. Yeah, so down here you have all your different styles, and you can just hover over them and it gives you an idea of what they look like. But again, with your typeface specimen, you already know what some of these look like just because they're already on the specimen. But yeah, you can always come back here and just hover over these to see what they look like. If you go up here and you click on these three little bars, you have more stuff that you can work with. Like you can change them to all caps, small caps, superscript, and superscript. And just to show you the difference between those, I'm going to copy paste this. So I'm going to hold down Option, and then you'll see these two little arrows up here. Then I'm just going to drag it just to make a duplication, and then I'm going to show you kind of like what each one looks like. So all caps. The cool thing about all caps is that it's really sitting on, it's the same baseline and cap line, like the T matches with this L. So it's uppercase, but everything fits together. Because if you use like all capitalized letters, then it gets a little funky. So we'll try making them all caps. Oops, yeah, no, that's not, disregard that last thing. Because this is, I think, set at, if you use small caps, that's really cool because if you use small caps, it fits on the up to the X height. So yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a all capitalized word, but everything fits in the height of the X height, which that's cool. And then you can change, yeah, you can change this to superscript, which it is like an uppercase that goes up. You can do superscript or subscript and it goes underneath. But yeah, those are like fun little things to play with. And then you have your font size. You can change the size. If you have paragraphs, you can use this, the leading, which I'll show you in a minute. And then kerning if you have paragraphs. So kerning is actually, yeah, the kerning is between two characters. So if I wanted to change the kerning to between these two letters, I would just make sure I have my little type in between the two letters that I want to change, and then start increasing. And you can kind of see all the letters to the right starting to move away um, from the rest of the word. And then tracking is when you're trying to do everything more like equally. Everything's moving. Yeah, everything's moving more equally. So tracking is the whole word, and then kerning is in between. Okay, and then paragraphs. So let's bring in this paragraph. And remember, get your type tool, make sure you drag out a box. And then I'm going to change this back. I think, yeah, I thought my small caps were still on. Ah. Okay, so for paragraphs, it's very similar to like a Word or anything like that, where you can align things to the left, make things center, align to the right. Justified is you have everything in a box. Yeah, so these are all things to play with. And then it's cool because here you can, if you go back to your direct selection tool, you can actually change, if you change the box, your text will follow. So that might be kind of cool to play with. But yeah, I think these are like very like good places to start with your paragraph and character tools. Okay.